Hey guys, this is Hunter with You Don't Know Ball. Today we're going to be going over Chicago's new offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron. I have a couple tweets pulled up with some stats about how his offense is ranked in the last couple years with Seattle. We're going to kind of go over his career first. But if you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We got bring you guys daily content. Also, let us know in the comments if you are happy with who the Bears hired to be their offensive coordinator. I know before we get into his stats, I'm going to go over all the people he coordinated. So, like I said, leave a like, subscribe. We appreciate you guys. We're growing every day. Let's get right into it. So, first, let's kind of look at here his coaching. This is Shane Waldron's Wikipedia, and I know I'm just using it more for to kind of show you the timeline of what he went through. So he was at Notre Dame, then New England. So that's the thing is like Shane Waldron is a two-time Super Bowl champion. He was with the Patriots when they beat the Panthers, and then he was also with the Patriots when they beat the Eagles. So a big thing with coaching is like the coaching tree, and to see Shane Waldron come from Belichick, obviously we all know how that's going in New England. He's no longer the coach, and he may have kind of run his time in New England. We don't know how he's going to do with the new team. Looks like he might be the Falcons' new head coach, but he was also with the Commanders in 2016, and then he was with McVay. So he's coming from the McVay system and tree, which is like everyone who held McVay's jockstrap gets a coaching interview nowadays, which I mean, it works, so I'm not complaining. But it's cool to see him come from like a winning franchise like the Patriots, and then also a modern NFL offense that everybody is trying to replicate now between McVay and Shanahan, and then. So he was the passing games coordinator for the Rams from 2018 to 2020. He was also the quarterbacks coach in 2019. But in Seattle, hired him as the offensive coordinator in 2021, and now he is now the Bears offensive coordinator. So let's go into the list of offensive coordinators that the Bears interviewed. So there was Shane Waldron, Liam Cohen, who was the offensive coordinator, I believe, at Kentucky. Clint Kubiak, who is the passing game coordinator, I believe, or quarterbacks coach for San Francisco. Greg Roman, out of a job. He was with Lamar when he won his MVP. Greg Olson, who's the quarterback coach in Seattle. Thomas Brown, who was the OC for the Panthers this year. Marcus Brady, I know he was in the CFL with like Mark Trestman. He was in the Frank Reich tree. I'm not going to keep getting into it because I don't know for certain. Zach Robinson, who was the passing game coordinator, I believe, for the Rams, or quarterback coach, one of those two. Cliff Kingsbury, who is the quarterbacks coach at USC. And what makes this very interesting, this interview at the time was, the Bears had the first overall pick. It's talked about, are they going to draft Caleb Williams? Are they going to take Drake May? Are they going to keep Justin Fields? Very, very interesting here. They ended up going with Shane Waldron, which I think honestly is the best choice. You get the guy who has been in winning systems, has a modern offense, and once we get to the ranks, you'll see he's been successful. And also another thing is like he has play calling experience. Clint Kubiak was probably my next choice. He also had play calling experience when he was with the Vikings. But in my opinion, I just really like what Shane Waldron has been able to do with the Seahawks offense, turning Geno Smith into a Pro Bowler, working with Russell Wilson, all types of quarterbacks, really. He worked with Jared Goff. Yeah, so very, very interesting pick by um, by the Bears. I think it was the common sense hire, honestly. I think this is the first time the Bears have made a good decision in terms of coaching in quite a while. I don't really agree with them keeping Eberflus, but that's for another day. So, Aaron Lemming, NFL. He is a Bears kind of writer. He works at the Bear Report, WC Gridiron. I have followed him for a while. He always has good stuff. So he says, I know everyone is going to have their own opinions on what the Shane Waldron wire means for decision at quarterback. He says, I don't think this tips the hand of the Bears in any direction, whether that's keeping Justin, drafting a rookie quarterback. I have to agree with that. But with that being said, I don't know if Shane Waldron is going to come to Chicago, if he's going to be chained to a quarterback who is kind of forced to develop in year 4 and not have multiple years to work with a rookie, especially one of the most like touted prospects in a long, long time, like Trevor Lawrence, Andrew Luck, like that type of vibe to this prospect coming out of college. So, and he goes on to say that this scheme is the same offensive scheme and philosophy that Justin Fields has been in over the last 2 years, and it's the same offense that Caleb Williams run, who's been working with QB Collective. Justin Fields is also with QB Collective. So yes, this is the same scheme. So like I think that's what he means. It's not tipping it either way. But if you look at it a little bit deeper, regardless if it's the same scheme, in my opinion, like Getsy and Waldron are not going to run it in the same way. Like, yes, they run a lot of screens and all that, but like, I guess my thing is like when you look at these, they're not the same coach. They're not the same coach. Like, Getsy didn't have play calling experience prior to coming to Chicago. Waldron has done it. He's won 2 Super Bowls. Like, Waldron has been around successful organizations and won, and turned Geno Smith, who was kind of a career bust, backup into a Pro Bowler. Very impressive from Shane Waldron. So don't get scared by this. I still think they're taking a rookie quarterback. I still think that this is the best option for the Bears. I think with Flus handling the defense, telling them, okay, we just need to take care of all this. Flus, don't fucking touch the offense. Ryan Poles went in there and said, listen, take care of the defense, make us a top 5 unit, get some more players in the draft, in the offseason, handle the defense. Don't lay a finger on the offense. I'm going to go get a guy to take care of that, and I think we can get things done here. Still would have liked to see Flus gone, but I can't complain with that logic. They did improve. They doubled their win totals +1. So next, we're going to go to Brad Spielberger here. He is PFF. He's the cap guy. He's not the film guy. He's the cap guy. If you're on Bears Twitter, you'll understand that. So if Brad, you're watching, you're just the cap guy. But Seahawks offense, 2021-2023, Shane Waldron. EPA per play, 12th, 44.4% success rate, 13th. EPA per rush, 8th. EPA per dropback, 14th. He's been with the Patriots, Rams, rookie contract, O-line at almost every spot. That is a thing like that I think like Seahawks fans were kind of talking about like, oh, they don't mind if he goes. If you look at that Seahawks O-line this year, I don't know really how much better they could have been. And the Bears, he's coming in a position where the Bears actually have a decent O-line. They really got to fix the interior. The right side and the left side tackles are Darnell Wright's good. Braxton Jones can hold his own. As long as they fix the interior of the O-line, I think they'll be straight. But yards per play, 6th. Touchdowns drive rate, 12th. Series conversion rate, 11th. Scoring drive rate, starting position on their own 40 and in, 8th. At 35.8%. Pass rate, 63.3%, 9th. Explosive play rate, 14th, 9th. 14%, 9th. Play action rate, 25.9%, 14th. RPO rate, 12th. Deep pass rate, 3rd. That is huge because the reason I think it's huge is because regardless, I would like to take a rookie, but if you keep Justin, that is where he's graded best. I think he has like a 92 point something on a PFF grade. Caleb Williams obviously has a cannon. That's awesome. Explosive run percentage is 5th. Yards per attempt, yards before contact per attempt is 9th. So inside zone 13th, outside zone 5th. A lot of statistics, sorry. I'm just trying to give you an idea. So this is where the concerns come with Shane Waldron. Their third down conversion rate was 23rd in the league. But they are 2nd in the NFL in converting first downs into a new series. And that's elite, and they're also good on second down as well. Okay, so this is probably the worst stat out of everything. The red zone touchdown rate is 51.5%, which ranks 26th in the league. The Bears, I don't have that statistic in front of me, but I remember when they had the ball on the 1, I think it was against the Falcons, and it took them like 10 plays to get it in, and the downs kept getting reset because of penalties, and it's just like The Bears not being able to execute in the red zone, very frustrating. So honestly, looking at all these stats, not really concerning. Very happy with the hire. I think it's the best they could have done, especially because most good OCs are getting head coaching interviews. They're not available to be an offensive coordinator or won't move. They can't move laterally. There'd be no reason for a good OC under contract to move laterally. The team would not allow it. So Ron Stewart replies, "This is just some stats compared to this is Getsy compared to Waldron. So EPA per play 21st, EPA per rush 5th, EPA per dropback 28th, success rate 24th, neutral pass rate 31st, neutral pace 31st. So, in my opinion, very, very, very big upgrade from Luke Getsy to Shane Waldron. In my opinion, this is something where it's like you have, regardless of how you feel about Flus, he like obviously like realistically right now is a head coach in the league. Like the Bears view him positively and view him in a positive light enough to keep him around as head coach. Shane Waldron is someone that, in my opinion, with a good year next year, could be considered a head coach. So you almost have like two head coaches on one on either side of the ball, and I think that's very promising for Bears fans. But yeah, no, I just wanted to talk about this. I think, like I said, this is the best option that the Bears could have had in terms of hiring an OC. Like I said, if this didn't work out, I would have wanted Clint Kubiak. But I will say it would be very nice to see if you can get Cliff Kingsbury to come up and be, a passing game coordinator. Even though I'm not in love with his play design, but to be a quarterback coach for Caleb because he already has that rapport if the Bears go that route, which I hope and think they do. But yeah, Cliff Kingsbury paired with a Shane Waldron, and then either just grabbing anybody else in here, like maybe like a Greg Olson to be the passing game coordinator and Greg Roman to be the run game coordinator. Like Greg Roman, not a great pass game guy, but his run games are elite. So if the Bears can swing that would be amazing. I doubt that happens, but I would like to see one of these other guys join the Bears offensive coaching staff. So this has been kind of like the quick review of like what Shane Waldron can bring to the Bears. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comment if you like the Shane Waldron hire, if there was someone else that you wanted. Leave a like, subscribe. Like I said, we're growing every day, bringing you guys daily content. We appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.